Welcome to another episode of On Campus. I'm your host, Majanique, and today I'm joined with special guest, Mrs. Celia Esposito-Noy, Superintendent-President here at Solano College. Celia, what brought you here to Solano College as the Superintendent-President?
Well, I saw this as a great opportunity to serve the community. This is a college that is really part of my community. I've lived in Solano County since 1998. And I've always driven outside of the county and worked at other colleges. So when this opportunity became available, I thought this is really a chance for me to work really in the community that I call home.
And that's super great. We're glad to have you here. So tell me, how was your experience in college? What led you to be in education?
Well, I always tell students that I really had no career plans or path other than I thought I would go to law school, and I thought I would study civil rights and educational law. But I decided early on that probably law school wasn't going to work for me, and so I really didn't know what I would do next. I ended up working at Chabot College in Hayward, running the tutoring center. That was my first introduction to community college. And after about 3 years there, I went on to graduate school to Stanford to study in administration, policy analysis, and higher education. And at that point, it really solidified for me that really I wanted to stay in higher ed, and this was a career path for me.
So I'm sure being the superintendent-president is really busy. So tell me, how do you manage to balance your personal life with being a superintendent-president?
Well, that's what a lot of people always ask about, sort of that work-life balance. And, you know, I don't strive for that because I don't know what that looks like. When I'm here, I'm 100% here. I will be here as many hours in a day as I need to be here to feel as if I've attended to the business that needed to get done that day. When I am home, I'm also here, because on the weekends and evenings I'm attending to emails, I may have phone calls, I'm attending events. But when you take on a job like this, you know that it's 24/7. And so you expect that really your social life will become part of your work life and your work life part of your social life, and you just make it work.
Well, you sound very dedicated. I strive to be like you when I grow up. So how do you like to spend your free time when you do have free time?
Well, that is a challenge. I play tennis, so I started playing tennis again. I will go to theater productions, to sporting events. I like to spend time with friends that I ordinarily don't get to see any longer. I also have family in the Bay Area that I help take care of. So there are plenty of things to keep me busy when I'm not at work.
So when you're getting ready for work and you're in the car driving, what is your music playlist? What is your go-to song that you like to listen to?
Okay, so that depends on my mood and what I'm heading into. I would say I have a very eclectic collection and preference on music. I love the 1990s rap, Heavy D and Tupac, the classics. But I also listen to the Broadway channel, and I know a lot of the musical soundtracks because I did musical theater for about 7 years. So I also listen to that. And then sometimes I'm listening to MSNBC. And so I am one of those people in the car, even in a 20-minute ride, I'll probably push 6 buttons over the course of 3 to 5 minutes until I find something that I can listen to.
Well, that's pretty cool. You sound like me. I have like a little mixture I have going on when I come here. So what do you enjoy most about being the president here at Solano College?
This is a great place with great people. From the moment I got here, I knew that people wanted some change to happen, and everybody's been a great part of that. And that's all I can ask for, is that when you're a president superintendent, you never do this work alone. It really is dependent on everyone, and that includes students and staff, faculty, the community, managers, and this has just been a great place where we could make things happen, and in particular, make change happen. And that was really an important part of my work here.
And I'm so glad that you mentioned change, because I really wonder, where do you see Solano College in about 5 to 10 years?
Well, one of the first things that we wanted to do was really make sure that we had repaired our relationship with the community. I think we had been a college that had overcommitted and under-delivered, and I think we had done that with students as well. So one of the first things we're working on is really cleaning up how we deliver services, some of the basics. What does registration look like? Is that an easy process for students? How do we communicate with students just basic messages? So those are some of the fundamental things that we need to do. Next is what we've already started doing, which is developing new programs, and in particular programs that will get students either transferred within a reasonable amount of time and or into a career. So that's the next big plan, and we've already begun that. In 5 or 10 years, we should really be a college that hopefully will offer 2 bachelor degrees. I'm hoping that we will expand some of our outstanding programs that we have here in career and technical education, in the sciences. I'm hoping that by next year we get a medical school pathway program going, similar to what we have currently with the law school pathway. So this is a great place, full of opportunities. There's a lot of good energy. And so I think in 5 and 10 years, there are things that will happen that we don't even know exist yet.
Well, gee golly, I want to come back and be another student.
Well, come back and be a faculty member. How's that?
Yeah, definitely. So I know that a couple of years ago, I was stalking your Facebook, and I noticed that you took a trip to Morocco. How was that?
Well, that's the last trip that I've taken abroad. So that was 10 years ago. And that was a trip that my husband and I did with a group where we went to Spain, Portugal, Gibraltar, and Morocco. And Morocco is quite an interesting place because it really brings together cultures from Africa and Europe. Morocco is about a 30-minute ride on a ferry from southern Spain. So you see a lot of influence of both Spain and Africa in the food at both locations, in the architecture. But it also, by going to Morocco, gives you a very different non-Western perspective. And I was really looking forward to that. And so it was a very interesting opportunity. I love to haggle at the marketplace, and because I did that, we purchased an incredible rug, handmade rug, that was retailing for probably $3,500, and I was able to haggle it down to $1,200. So I was very proud that I was able to do that in Morocco, and it's really a beautiful piece of artwork that hangs on our wall. So a great opportunity. Probably be another 10 years before I get to travel like that. But it's always a wonderful opportunity to see how worlds really are so much alike.
That sounds amazing. I wish I could go there eventually. That sounds so cool.
Yeah.
Well, Celia, thank you for stopping by the Solano
Absolutely.
College Sports Network.
Sure.
And thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
The exponential growth from the program from my first year to my third year now, that's what keeps me coming back and keeps me excited and just like fulfills me as a person.
I've been taking classes here for years now, so I've never actually had a class that I enjoyed quite like this one.
You know, I think it teaches you a lot about, it's confidence building to me.
It's so impressive, and we every time we walk in here, you guys are doing something different. It's great. It's great.
Nothing but opportunities here, and we have sports to cover, we have the equipment.
Because the more ambitious you are, the more opportunities you'll have. And POF with this program lets you be as ambitious as you want and lets you express yourself the way a teacher should let you.
So, like I said, it's really gratifying to us to be able to help in a way where we can see immediate results. And I think the sky's the limit, really, with what we can do here.
Get the hands-on experience.
I mean, on-the-job training is huge.
Yeah.
It's huge in this industry.
Joining the class was the best decision I ever made.
cut two, and cut three, hold the shot, stand by, we're going to go to cut one,